Yo boys, how we all doing? Welcome back to another video here on the channel. It's been quite a while since I've posted a custom tactics video here on YouTube. Obviously the last time we did was probably after my top 100 finish on FIFA 21, and that video did really good. A lot of you guys viewed that video and really enjoyed it. I think it got over like 4,000 views, so it's definitely one of my most watched videos here on the channel. Now, obviously, a lot of you guys have been asking on YouTube, on Twitter, on Instagram for my custom tactics video. It's obviously probably my most asked question, and a lot of the time I just say I don't give out my custom tactics. Still tinkering with things and don't want to obviously give you guys tactics that I'm not fully comfortable with. Off the back of my previous weekend leagues, I've been getting comfortably minimum 18 wins, 19 wins, rank 1, rank 2. A couple of weekends I've choked and got 17 and 3, etc, etc. But I feel like the bracket between those couple of wins is merely maybe you lose on pens or an undeserved loss, something like that. So the leeway there is obviously not that significant. But for today's video, as you guys can see on the screen, we are rocking a mega RTG. For me personally, one of my best RTGs at this stage of the game. We've had a lot of luck with some untradables, getting Team of the Year Kante, Team of the Year Hakimi tradable, first owner, but we've sold him off, Team of the Year Cancelo, etc, etc, and it has freed up obviously a lot of coins to get the likes of your headliner Mbappe, your obviously future stars Bellingham, complete a lot of SBCs, and we've got a pretty stacked starting 11 for an RTG, $0 spent. But obviously what we are here for in today's video is my custom tactics for my 4-2-2 formation. Now obviously a lot of you guys have seen all over the internet that a lot of the community pretty much runs a narrow formation or 4-4-2. That's been the pretty stock standard for tournaments. You know, FGC Cups, all those things. A lot of the pros are running the 4-4-2, but I have seen a fair few people shaking it up and using different custom tactics. Now for me personally, where I found these tactics was I went onto TikTok, obviously, to find, you know, just some little hidden gems here and there. I feel like YouTube gets too much exposure too quickly, so by the time you find a video, it's already been viewed by hundreds of thousands of people, etc, etc. And I stumbled across a German pro who is, I think he's 2,300 skill rating in his region. He's up there with the likes of someone like Anders and all those top German pros in his region. He always competes and does quite well. He'd posted a video of his 4-2-2 custom tactics along with some other formations, and it said for him that it's been really working. He was on like a 66 win streak in Foot Champs, and it didn't have much exposure. It only had like about 5,000 views, etc. I went back to the video a couple months later and it had like over, you know, 2 million, 3 million views or something like that, and a lot of people had picked up on it. So I wanted to try it out and make sure that before I post this video that I am 100% confident that these custom tactics are good. And for me personally, over the last 4 weeks, the worst I've done is 17 and 3. We've got 2 18 and 2s, 1 17 and 3, and 1 19 and 1. Still narrowly choking that 20-0. I feel like there's always something that, you know, it's a pens loss, it's an undeserved loss, or something like that. It is very hard to get that 20-0. Obviously, the rewards are no different between 19 and 1 and 20-0, but it's that fact of not losing in the weekend league that really just puts the icing on the cake. Now, for the 4-2-2 custom tactics, we're going to get into it. 50 width, 55 depth. Obviously, you can alter the depth here and there. You can maybe put it up to 60, 65. Just depends where you want your players on the field. For me personally, I like that 55. Just depends if you like playing wide down the lines or you're more of a player who wants to play in the middle, the 1-2 passes, and then move it up to your forwards. For me, I feel like the wings are the best place to attack because it leaves it one-on-one, and with a lot of the AI defending, pace this FIFA, like all FIFA, is just so important on the wings. For the offense, we have the build-up players just on balance. Chance creation is on direct passing. For me personally, when the driven passes weren't nerfed, this made the tactics really, really good, but unfortunately because they've nerfed passing, you guys would know if you've played over the last couple of weeks that passing has just been really, really bad. I still feel like having direct passing on helps with the AI assisted passing, and then obviously with players like Messi and stuff like that, like the driven passes are still on, but not always in that 100% sort of chance creation, if you know what I mean. There'll always be a few passes that go leeway here and there, blah, blah, blah. Obviously the width is pretty stock standard. The plays in the box, the corners and the free kicks are all pretty stock standard. With this FIFA being heavily counter-attacking, you don't want too many players up the box, and in your opponent's half of the field. Obviously, when there was the corner glitches and stuff like that, it didn't matter too much. But for now, with how bad corners are, it's very hard to score from them unless you have like a Team League Cristiano Ronaldo and you can whip it in and get a free header, green time, etc., etc. So for me personally, I just want to zero chance at counterattacks and keep as many people outside the box as I can to try and play it around outside the box and try and get a shot away, or do a skill move Elastico in the box and try and make some space. Obviously, formation wise, you guys could probably guess who's going to be up top. Ben Yedder and Mbappe, Neymar and Messi on the wing, Kante and Bellingham in the middle, and then obviously the back line is pretty stock standard. For my instructions though, now, a lot of you guys will probably have seen a lot of people play get in behind on the strikers. For me personally, I like to let their AI make the runs. You guys would know if you've used a Cristiano Ronaldo or Mbappe, some of the runs they make are just incredible. You don't even tell them to do it. They just make the runs. It's just like, it's a hidden AI trait because they're showcase players, they're cover star players, etc., etc. They just make these runs. They get that jammy stuff happening in the game. And for me personally, Mbappe, without any instructions, just plays absolutely incredible. He's always in the right position, always makes the right runs. You don't very rarely have to trigger his runs, but for me, they're both on balance width, mixed attack, basic defensive support. Sometimes pros will have come back on defense for one of their strikers, but for me, I kind of want to keep them both up there because obviously I have Kante and Bellingham who do create such a solid midfield that it's very hard for players to counterattack me quick because I have such a big player and then such a fast Kante with maxed out defending just there ready to just attack anybody. For Messi, basic defensive support, get in the box for crosses. That's really important to have on because the low driven crosses on counterattacks and to switch the play is so important to have. I score so many goals from just running down the line, whipping it in far post where their defender hasn't tracked the left back or right back, etc. Stick to position as well. You like to let Messi do his AI defensive stuff. If you don't have Messi or something like that who maybe has high-low work rates or something like that, you could probably put them on cover wing or something like that, or free roam or something like that. Obviously with Neymar, I want him to get under the wing and then drive down, so I have him on drift wide, whereas I like Messi to come in, use his left foot, etc., etc. Kante and Bellingham, pretty stock standard. Stay back while attacking, cover center. Obviously, with everybody these days running 4-4-2 and a narrow formation, they're gonna overload the midfield. So you want both your center defensive mids being in the midfield, ready to defend, and then the back line, as you guys can see, pretty standard. Just stay back while attacking, mixed attack, and then the keeper, no real instructions, just on balance. Now, for my ultra attacking formation, you guys might say, "What's this?" This is pretty much just constant pressure. If I'm down a goal with a couple of minutes left, 10 minutes left, 15 minutes left, I'm down a couple of goals, I really need to get a goal back to try and put some pressure on an opponent. Maybe he's been holding the ball or dominating me, possession-wise. I just go ultra attacking, constant pressure, 50 width, 75 depth. You could even maybe up it, depends how confident you are with your tracking back defending and your manual defending. Fast build-up, forward runs. You just want everybody getting up the field. You want to move it quickly, start breaking down his defense, and then just max corners, max free kicks, everything like that. Same exact formation, same exact placement for players. You're not really going to change there. The instructions are all pretty stock standard here. Stay forward, get up, get into the box, all that. All your midfielders are on stick to position, but then balance attack so they can move up if they're AI. Defenders, besides Varane and Rudiger, are all on balance attack. Just pretty much get up the field, put as much pressure on as possible. And that's pretty much it. Those are my 4-2-2 custom tactics. God, there's so many numbers to say. 4-4-2, 4-2-2, 4-4, everything. But that's pretty much what I'm running at the moment. Obviously, with this team, you guys can understand how well the 4-2-2 could play. I know a lot of you guys may not have the team I do, or you even have a better team, but the 4-4-2 does play pretty close to the 4-2-2, so the variations aren't going to be that much difference. But for me, a lot of you guys have been asking for the 4-2-2 custom tactics, so I thought I'd give them to you guys. Also, top left of the screen, if you guys want to watch any of the highlights, I post them all most weekends. Sometimes I'm away, sometimes I can't record, but I do usually get highlights up every single weekend. So if you guys want to watch some highlights with a certain player that you want to see, or you're thinking of buying, I'll usually post them all. I'm going to work on getting a better face cam and stuff like that, so I can record live gameplays and stuff like that for you guys. Not necessarily streaming or anything like that, but just to have live reactions and stuff and talk a little bit more over the videos. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Hope this was in-depth and helpful for you guys. Peace out.